set aside certain time to write? Do you have a process? Do you set aside certain hours? A block of time?
Mostly I do it when I'm free or get inspired. I can't do it when I'm working, unfortunately. But it's during like the weekends mostly when I'm just sitting in my home, bored out of my mind, and then I say, I'm just gonna grab my laptop and start writing. Just go for it.
So your preferred method is on a keyboard?
Yes, keyboard is the best way for me because if I just my handwriting is not the best at all. I think I got that from my dad because he's a dentist. So, but yeah, keyboard is the best solution ever for me.
Now, getting back to A Talent for Murder, okay, you wrote it, and now directing it, how did that happen? How did someone say, you know what, you should direct your own show? Were you like, what?
I was on the spot. I was like, okay, yeah, shouldn't you be directing? So he said, no, you're the writer. Go for it. I was like, okay. So yeah, we did rehearsals. I had the students or / actors who auditioned to do cold reads. We did some improv games, and if they had a talent, to perform their talent that they wanted. And after getting with my drama teacher, we went over the cast list. We wanted everyone to join. We did not say, sorry, you can't be in the show. We wanted everyone to be in it, no matter how small the part is. So then we got the cast. Every Tuesday and Thursdays, we had rehearsal right after school. We did like a read through of the script. We went over their talent. It took us 2 months to rehearse the show. And there were some times, I know all directors, they want to pull their heads out when you're getting like down to tech week, or as thespians call it, hell week. And,
yeah, I've heard that.
But it was fun, and especially opening night, seeing my actors on stage playing the characters that I saw in my head, and then coming on stage, taking their final bows. It was like a dream come true. I could not be happier about it, and that's what kind of launched my career afterwards.
And Tyler, did he help you direct? And you learn how to direct actors and do the stage?
Yes, Tyler and Amy. Yeah, Tyler and Amy. They gave me pointers. Even though I help them out a little bit, they always, every time I need help, I always give them a call. They give me advice. They're like my mentors. And when they actually came to see the show when I was in high school, and Amy was like, my little girl just grew up. My little actress grew up.
So was that around one of the last plays you did in high school?
That was like the last one before I went to college, yeah.
Okay. Now, did you go to college for theater?
I went to Lynn University, and I got my major was in theater. I mostly did a lot of backstage work. I did audition, but I did a lot of backstage work. I did like 24-hour theater projects. But what got me thinking more is when my senior year in college, and I had to take an elective, and one of the electives was early education teaching. Mm-hmm. So I decided to try that elective just to see where it goes. And afterwards, my professor came up to me and said, Katie, have you considered taking your master's in ESE education? And I was like, no. And she said, you should, because you're really good at teaching these kids, especially with theater. And so after I graduated college, I took another year for getting my master's in ESE education, which is exceptional student education. And that's when I wanted to teach kids theater. That's why I felt like that was my passion, to be with kids and let them be on stage too.
So you got your master's degree. Mm-hmm. And so what happens next with this degree? Where does she go?
after I got my master's, I applied to some schools to see where I can go until I found CuttingEdge Learning Academy in Riverview. And I started off being an elementary teacher until 4 years ago, the principal, Mother Karina, she said, I want you to be the extracurricular teacher because you're really good with like photography and theater. And so I started teaching all the grades from kindergarten to 12th grade.
Wow.
Theater, photography, music, and we even did some cold reads and competitions, and we had our spring and Christmas concerts.
Now you're teaching photography, so you have skills in photography. You even mentioned videography.
Yes, photography and videography. Definitely for high school students, they learned like how to make abstract photography, panoramas. For videography, they learned how to make like YouTube trailers, how to do interviews. We even had our own YouTube page where we had like Cutting Edge News or SELA News that the high schools got to be the newscast kind of way.
Mm-hmm. And you yourself do videography?
Yes, I have my own YouTube page. I made videos for weddings. I did a video of like videos for music videos, and one of the most popular ones I had is when I go on vacation, I do like what to see on the spot. Like I did Chicago, I did New Orleans, Los Angeles, and also I did Santa Fe.
Busy.
You're a very busy girl, nonstop.
All right. So, at some point, you decide to create Broadway Everyday Star Theater. Is it coming after Cutting Edge?
Yes. It was last year. I wanted to follow in my mentor's footsteps. They have their own theater, so I wanted a place where anyone can join, that they're not rejected, and that no matter what they are, if they have a disability, if they don't have a disability, anyone can be in theater. So I started creating Broadway Everyday Star Theater, BEST for short, BEST.
Nice anagram.
Yes, I like that. And our slogan was where everyone is a star. And the very first show that we did was last spring, and it was A Talent for Murder.
Mm-hmm.
We used my script again, and it became phenomenal. We had people on Facebook asking to be in the show, and we had someone saying, I don't like to act, but I love to dance. Can I do something with that? And it became like inspirational kind of way.
When you launched this theater, was that always in the back of your mind that you'll cast anybody?
At first, I was thinking, okay, what can I do? Because I want, we're like brand new. And every time you start something new, you always start small and you're trying to think like big, how can we do this? And so I had there's so many community theaters I love, but sometimes you feel like, are you in or are you going to be rejected? And I don't like the feeling when people try so hard to be in a show, but then they say, thank you for coming, but try again next time. So for my community theater, I'm thinking like, I would say if they audition, thank you for coming, you're in the show. We don't reject anyone at all.
Are you ever concerned with casting someone who may not be really good at acting, singing, performing?
No, there are some challenges, but we always find what they're special for.
Mm.
And if, for example, if they like to sing, but they're not a really good singer, we could always put them in something where they can showcase it, like with groups. They can always do something like, I know there's this one guy, he wasn't very cooperative, but we made him as one of the lead characters because he was good at speaking his lines. And when he went on that stage, we were nervous, thinking like, okay, is he going to screw up? When that spotlight hit on him, he was phenomenal.
Now, when you created the theater, you said, did you have a plan? Like, okay, I need A first in order to get to B. How did you start planning for this?
Well, every time when we have a new show, we always think, okay, plan A, what is the show? Is it going to be a play or a musical? Plan B, we have a show. How are we going to promote it so people can come to the auditions? So people can say, come to see the play. Then plan C, rehearsals. Rehearsals is one of the biggest things, because some people are saying, like, oh, I would love to be in the show, but I can't because I have blah, blah, blah on this day or this time. Yeah. And they always have excuses. So even if we have, like, a small cast, we always find people to help us out. And then plan D, hopefully praying that people come see our show to promote it.
Now, do you have your own theater building, or are you performing in another space?
We're renting at Lakewood Community Church of God in Brandon. Pastor Franks, he is a friend of ours. He is phenomenal. He knows about Best, and he said that he could help us out with the theater space. Because we were looking for a theater space that will benefit to us. And even though the space is small, it is great. We have rehearsals there, we will have tech week there, and we'll have performance there. So, and it's really close to where I live too. So I just drive there in 10 minutes and I'm there.
Convenient.
Very convenient.
Now, do you still teach at CuttingEdge?
Yes, I still teach at CuttingEdge. I've been promoted to 2nd and 3rd grade this year.
How's that been going?
It's been going good. The kids, I love the kids. They're great. There's sometimes I had to feel like, okay, I need a bell or something to say, okay, calm down. But they're 8 and 9-year-olds. So, but their creativity is on point. Like, we're learning about plants this semester, and for creativity, we're doing, like, potted plants. And one girl said, when my flower grows up, can I keep it? And I was like, of course, it's your plan. But these kids, they're willing to help each other out and help me out. And every time I tell them, guys, I can't raise my voice because I got a show, they always says, guys, be quiet. Miss Welch doesn't want to lose her voice. So, yeah, I love my kids.
Have any of your students auditioned for your theater?
Yes, actually, I had 4 kids who auditioned last year for Talent for Murder, including one of my cousin, Christina. She actually played the Bane cheerleader, Maylin, and she's a phenomenal dancer. She was the dance captain in our show, and she got to perform with her best friend. And every time Christina does one of her tricks, she does like a split, everyone starts cheering for her. So yeah, and there's so many of my students at CuttingEdge who keep on asking if they can be in the show, and because they know me, they say, like, what if I can't go to the rehearsals? And I say, well, after school I can work with you if you want.
Commitment.
So, yeah, commitment right there. Yes.
That's what we want. What's the next show you have coming up?
Our Broadway Musical review.
What's that? What can you tell us what that's going to be about?
It's mostly like Broadway songs, but